So hello, Jackson County, and welcome to another Tuesday with Teaching and Learning as we power through testing this month. And we are almost done, y'all. And today we are here at Jackson County with Melissa Kraus. And she is a 9th and 10th grade ELA teacher. And she's also one of our first Digital Vanguard teachers, which means that she won the one-to-one last year. Tell us some of the biggest differences between not being one-to-one and then being one-to-one.
Well, not being one-to-one seemed a little more chaotic for my liking with my students. Trying to keep track of paper, trying to keep track of who's turned what in, those types of things. That as a teacher, that's the end of the job that I hate. Being one-to-one, I'm able to track more. I know exactly who's missing what. The programs will send reminders to students for assignments they have not done yet or assignments coming due, which is very nice. It takes a little extra work off my end
Definitely, yeah,
of keeping up with that.
Yeah.
So that is definitely the biggest difference, and the kids really love having the technology.
When it comes to instruction, we all know that you don't really want to use Chromebooks as a babysitter.
No.
So in watching some of your teaching, I see that you kind of very nicely bounce around between the two and utilize a face-to-face versus on the computer very well together. So how do you approach that?
Usually what I do, I have some kind of opening activity, or if I want to have a discussion, I let them use anything from Padlet to Google Classroom to Canvas, so that they can have what I call a silent discussion first. They can get their thoughts down, gather their thoughts of what they want to say about a topic, and then I will step in and ask for, or even present what they've written up on the board and say, hey, you said this, and carry that conversation and engage the students more with that than just come in and let's answer this question. They sit and stare at you. He runs off, I don't want to play this game anymore, because he's being kind of whiny, right? And eventually they realize, where did all the rest of the boys go? They followed Jack.
But you think
Well, why did they not vote for it? All they had to do was say, yeah, we don't want Ralph anymore. Why did they not do that?
They're scared of
They're
Ralph.
scared of Ralph.
They're scared of Ralph.
I'm sure if one would have voted. Or do you
If
think
one
they felt more
kinda get
obligated
that-
to
I
Jack?
think if they're scared of
Leader.
Ralph, why would they go with Jack still then?
Because they're all following them.
Do you think it's more, do they respect Ralph?
Have you found that some of the more quieter students are more apt to speak up?
The quieter students love
I love that.
the platforms, especially when I use Padlet, I allow it to be anonymous.
Mhm.
That way they don't feel like they have to lessen or soften up what they want to say, that they have that freedom to say what they're thinking without that fear of being ridiculed from other classmates. And so
Right.
they definitely open up more and are more honest with what they want to say.
Right. And something you said to me earlier before we started recording about you were out because you had a child that was
Yes.
sick. So how did this come into play with that? That's
This-
remarkable.
Yeah, this is amazing because you never know when a child is going to wake up with a fever in the
Yep.
morning, and last minute, my lesson plans, I have my computer at home, I have everything, and so I just pop into Canvas or Google Classroom and throw a note in there to the students, link any videos, any assignments, anything I want them to do in there, and just can give them their instruction for the day so that the substitute isn't lost, because most of them, can't use the technology or don't know how. I just let the sub know, hey, their assignment's in the computer, they know what to do,
That's
and
wonderful.
they're off and running with it.
Right. Makes life much less stressful when it comes to
I hate missing for that reason.
Yes.
I feel like I get behind
Yep.
because they won't do anything for the sub,
Right.
but then this way I can even monitor that
Exactly.
they're turning in what they're supposed to turn
Right.
in and keep up with it. And I email them. Sometimes students will email me with a question and I'll email them right back.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
been a very great experience for that in that regard.
So if you had one thing to tell a skeptical teacher who is doubtful of a one-to-one environment, what would you say?
I'd say don't be afraid. Feel free to jump in head first, because you will fail. Something won't work. Something's going to go awry, and that happens in a classroom even without technology. And you can fix it. If you're quick thinking, problem solving. I have come up with things last second thrown something in there and been able to get my students at least off and going on something until I can officially fix the problem. Just not to be afraid of the technology.
Right.
You're not going to break it.
No, not at all. These
And
are
it's-
very indestructible.
And it's a great resource for our students for research papers and learning essay writing. And in college, so many classrooms are now digital or online 100%.
Right.
And they have to know how to work in a digital platform.
Amen.
And this gets them ready for that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it as always. And thank you for continuing with us on our tour of remarkability around Jackson County Schools.